can see that. There's a chair where a cat should be. How dare a chair cushion should go unloved by a feline?
There's no cushion.
And it looks like the house sold already. Yeah, there in our ward there was a house that actually went under demo, and yeah, it was housing savage.
Ouch.
Yes.
Hey, Baron.
Hey, Alpha.
I'm catching up to you guys. I had to log out at the house, so I made sure the plants got watered. So how has your days been? I know Ty's been grinding hell.
Yeah, Buzz just been rough.
The day was fine. The last 2 hours have been how to get shot up in the desert part 2.
Hello, Cold. Hello, Baron.
Does not help that Patch's dice have been slightly below average, and my dice are being well above average.
Hello, Octi and Ripley. I see you hiding in the background. Sorry, we're just kind of getting everything kind of pointed in the same direction. Hey, you guys.
Hey.
We ready to go console the twins? I think they need a very big hug right now. Yeah, I was not expecting their dad to pull that.
I did not figure that was going to end well. I was more expecting full-on attempts to drag them back to Rylea.
That's
that was what I would have expected.
Yeah.
But given some of the things that, they kind of were going into afterwards, I do wonder if there might be other motivations.
That is possible, but I will also note that the twins are now completely and utterly financially cut off.
Don't worry, they have Tataru.
Oh, Tataru's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, the other thing is, here's a missing plot thread. We have not seen Alice's 2 Rogaden attendants since the end of Binding Coil of Bahamut.
She had
something for your future video.
Yeah, she actually had attendants, 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
A pair of brothers that she could never get the names straight.
Yes. Maybe they're on strike until she does get their names right.
I wouldn't blame them. Alice? With their knowledge, Charlian could have done so much for the cause. They could have helped us uncover the secrets of the towers and save tempered captives within, and yet... gods.
Throughout my childhood, I remember grandfather arguing with my father over Charlene's policy of non-intervention. And this time, it was my turn to play the role. But even if my grandfather could not win him over, what chance had I? If words exist that may sway him, I know not what they are.
Guys, you two, I know you're worried about the realm and all, and it is a life and death situation, but that was his father. He just disowned you. I think you'd be a little more upset than that. Graha?
Well, other than potential money worries, I think they've been on their own long enough that it has lost some of its impact. Especially since it kind of sounds like maybe Louis Waugh was more of a father figure for them than he was.
Yeah, that's the impression I get.
Possible.
The forum includes representatives from all of Charlene's central institutions. With them hindering Kryle's investigation, she will struggle to make any headway on her own.
Con Isena?
Death unto dawn. Con Senna seems determined not to let the disappointment of Charlene's rejection distract her from the task at hand.
While Charlene's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There's much and more that needs to be done. I shall begin by sharing the forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Grave tidings! Walking One's grave! Grave tidings! Oh dear. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones went to see Feathered Ones with send terrible news. Destroying Ones have appeared in Zalpatal. Destroying Ones captured Ones and even frightful godly Ones. Feathered Ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes, much too late. But luckily, Destroying Ones were only passing through and continued to the west. Feathered Ones who did not fight were left unharmed.
West. That would be Coerthus. My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Talaforoi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Coerthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose is yet to be determined, the Cartano Flats would seem to be their most likely destination. Lord Imeric has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support.
Tell him he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth.
Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cartano.
Wait! This one almost forgot. Destroying One said they to be led by a cackling robed one. This one must see all the Walking Ones know. Farewell! Oh dear.
Fendaniel.
Who else? It's only a matter of time before the grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an air separated for you to bear you to Cartano. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste.
At once, my lady. Let us away.
Hello, Foxfire. Hello, Octi.
Hey, Foxfire. Hey, Octi.
Con Isena? The airship will be ready to depart ere long. I bid you make for the landing as soon as you're able, and may the 12 keep you. Thank you, Elder. And she is actually an elder.
Oh, yeah.
She is not as young as she looks. I always want to turn down that side button. It's like, no, don't go there.
Yeah, same.
So off to Curtino Flats. Which is very odd because that's a PvP area.
And it's the second time we've been there for non-PvP reasons.
Oh dear. Fadola.
Oh, wow. I had not loaded it first.
Come on, this will only take a moment, right?
Maybe.
Alphino?
Rylea, Thayrin, Taylyn, it would seem Verdola here has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I have explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent.
He'll be over sooner if you just shut up and come with me. Really?
Okay.
Oh, he's looking good. At least he's alive.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
Oh dear.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The chirurgeons say I may never walk again.
Oh boy.
Come on, Alphino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alphino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
We carry the dreams of many. We'll carry yours too.
Yeah.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
Thank you, Ferdola. For once.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. Then I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Mayhaps methinks you should go talk to Tataru. Just because you can't fight doesn't mean you can't help. For every soldier on the battle line, there's 3 behind them supporting.
Though I also have a question of, how many pedals and how much do you need your feet to pilot something like Maggie?
True. We do not know.
Oh dear.
Eh?
The glow.
Yeah, well, first off, Alpha no.
I rather doubt that Ferdola obtained the Chiurgeon's permission before bringing Arnvold halfway across the realm.
Probably not.
And solely to deliver a message at that. They should both have known better. But what's done is done, and I will not soon forget his words.
Graha?
After Pagalthan, I assumed that Telafroi would continue to target settlements, but it is plain they consider Zulfatol to be a mere obstacle on the road to Cartano. What then draws them to the flats? We must keep a close eye on their movements.
That's a good question, because you remember what's all in the flats.
Oh, yes.
Or what was in the flats.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing of, okay, what would be left there now?
Yeah.
That's the other side.
You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the seat of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, the Amalja and Kobold forces are bound for Cartanu as we speak.
The Second Battle of Cartano, wonderful.
They mean to keep their promise they made in Alamigo. We must do the same by saving as many of the tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. And there's the warning!
Yeah, upon joining the Battle of Cartano, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these scenes in their entirety. Hopefully an hour is enough.
They started doing these in Heaven's Word, and when they ask you to set aside sufficient time, they are not kidding around.
Yeah. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you're defeated, you'll be able to try again from the most recent of these.
That is new, however. That's nice. Before you had to go through all these cutscenes, do the battle, and if you failed the battle, you had to do it all over again.
Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost.
That makes sense. Let's do this.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlie, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telopheroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me,
Very
I
true.
have come this far, and that must count for something.
God be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Blunt.
He's only blunt for someone
Might I
who
suggest that
wields
we
a
continue
spear.
this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Listen well, friends. The Telophoroi is sweeping across Scartano. As for the Asians, he was briefly sighted above the battlefield, but has since vanished. Likely he intends to watch from afar.
I just got up to that.
Yeah, this thing is going fast.
Thus far, the movements of the lunar primals have proven difficult to predict. Even when posed to ambush our troops, they instead withdraw for some unknown reason. Whatever the Telophoroi's plan may be, the primals are our primary targets. Understood. They will not elude the Scions for long. We cannot allow ourselves to be stalled here.
I think we just got that one under control. I'll let him play with it.
Something in range.
I'm at the wrong camera angle for this. There we go. Okay, we're supposed to go this way.
Something's not right.
Oh no, they're gonna mess up all my key bindings!
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Hello, Live This is where I die horribly
Live.
because, they expect my center key to be 1, 2, and 3, and it's not. Oh.
The
Oh,
Scions
good
spread
oh.
out across
Oh,
the
no.
field. Alice and Graha take the fight to the Telophoroi.
I have a real problem here.
Oh no, are we going to be doing this as multiple different people?
Yeah, and I've just lost Alice's toolbar.
Oh good. I'm still loading in as her. Flare, Scorch, combos. Savior, Flashe, Hunter Sixth. These are nowhere near where they're supposed to be, you know.
Yeah, I can't find Alice's toolbar.
It's a plus thing, and there should be like 2 versions of it.
No!
Duty.
Remember, I've got a modified bar, so I flipped to a different UI setup and it wiped it completely. Let's see if I can do a scroll for it. Can I get...
Yeah, it's a plus bar as opposed to one of the numbers.
UI settings. Reverse scroll down. That's mouse settings, head bar. That's duty list. Targets. Display targets. Yeah, it's completely wiped.
Uh-oh.
Let's try including the pet bar while cycling.
That should do it.
There it is! Ah. That is annoying.
Yikes.
Come on, Angelo, go get him! Well, that was an interesting...
Allow me.
Oh. Yeah. Cure the tempered. I do this. How? Ah.
Just the beginning.
Right behind you.
Yikes!
Yeah.
By the way, from what I understand, this hotbar setup where it swaps in abilities based on where it is in the cycle, that is kind of how the bars work in PvP.
Ah. Tell me when you're up to conversation after this.
It seems we've earned a moment's respite. Then go cure tempered.
Yeah. Which they don't really tell you enough. It's basically get close and right click on Angelo.
Oh boy, there he is.
Yeah.
Do you see that? The glyph? Yes. How worried should we be?
Here, probably very.
Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see aetheric currents, I have not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartano. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an aetheric confluence, like that to the Pillar of Azim's step, but greater in scale. Far greater. Oh boy. The glyphs Spandaniel has conjured reach into this very midst. And I believe I know the purpose. Should the lunar primal destroy it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. Oh boy. The resulting disruption of the flow of aether would sow chaos among the elementals, prompting earthquakes, floods, tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm.
That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. Oh dear.
Aye! Wait. How did they summon Odin when there are no hanged men to summon him with?
Ask Vandaniel. Maybe he counts as one himself. Is that Odin? So the time has come to pit my blade against his. Follow my lead.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
sure. Right behind you, Thangrid. Definitely behind you. So, Thangrid, you gonna come in? No. Really?
Oh, you're gonna make me...
My turn!
Great, thank you. Oh boy.
Yes, I can heal the confluence! Yay!
Because, yeah, it needs it. That does not bode well. We'd best brace ourselves.
I didn't know Thankwood was in change.
Yeah.
The best defense is a good defense.
Oh, nice limit break there, Thayrin. Thank you.
Dang. I should have been out of that. Oh, boy.
No dying on me, Thankwood. It's not allowed.
Vulnerability up. Lovely.
Did I just fail?
Ow. I don't know. Did you?
No.
Ultimate Zensetsuken. Oh, goody.
Oh gosh. They're throwing them all at us.
Meanwhile, Grahati and Alizé prepare to lock swords with Lunar Ravana. Really?
Yes!
Great. Klingon opera time.
Yes. Are you ready?
No. Foul, Blizzard, Thunder, Cure 2, Medica 2,
Break.
Break. Oh ho! Right then.
He is one of the few people in game who can actually cast Break.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Starting up.
Yikes!
Moth's Tooth Flame. Oh boy.
Break is useful.
Okay. On them?
Yes.
Get the darn thing that Doobie failed. I have no idea.
Break is an
Break not-
AoE on yourself.
Aha, I figured it was a single target.
Don't die on me, Alisay!
And it hunted me out.
Away.
Okay, you're really going to go from there. Okay.
This one's been kind of hard, actually. Oh dear. Yeah. Don't die on me, Alisay!
I'm out of MP. Oh, good grief. Alisay, select! Oh, I don't like that. Okay, so that's how that works.
Well, hopefully the next guy will also be polite. We knew it was coming.
Maybe you did.
You can do it right!
Oh, okay. Did.
Again, use break when you can.
Oh, come on.
You could probably come up with something kind of close, dear. But of course, copyrights are an issue.
Right now, look at everything. They're adding all kinds of new stuff. Oh, you get the hair slam too.
Yeah, you almost got him.
Thankfully, Alice is okay. Proving invulnerable.
I almost lost her.
No, she goes down to 0, but she won't fall over. Self-same moment you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alphino and Estinian. Resolve delay lunar Ifrit flow. Okay. Ah. This area looks familiar.
Yep. Doubly so if you've done the Summoner quest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. This is the 3rd time we've been here without PvP.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
I'm going in. Here, Estinian, have some nice back shots.
This looks familiar. Not getting small enough. Yikes! Dead. I never saw a hole.
For mine, the hole was in the center.
Of course it was.
Wow!
Follow Estinian.
Yeah, I'm just looking at
Idea where he
Estinian
was.
taking these nails, and he's just like plowing through them, and Alphino and I are like barely touching Mars. Oh god, he's going to do a charge through. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! I ran the wrong way. Dang it. I should know this by now! I've done him solo so many times! At least for mine, the second plume, the space spot was on the outside.
Time.
Ooh, 30-minute
I'm
warning.
charged up.
Oh no. Astidian, what are you doing? Holy moly!
I'm not sure I like the idea and the sound of this.
I am so glad Astidian is on our side.
Quite frankly, I'm jealous.
Oh, I'm jealous too, but I'm sitting here doing his tank, so I have to keep my peace.
Bird and somehow I seem to be doing this as tank. Ow.
And he went into a softened rage. Oh.
Now, one thing I will note is with the tossing you out, you could change classes before going back in. Uh-oh. This again.
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you.
Really now?
Yeah, keep an eye on Astidian.
Oh dear.
Isn't that thing a beauty? I am so jealous.
Yeah, considering I'm not hurting these things.
Yeah, stay in the bubble if you can. That's his softened rage.
Oh. Didn't seem to be doing much outside of the bubble.
As a tank, I barely
get
felt
that.
it, but...
As a bird, I'm barely feeling it. Ah, darn it. Come on.
There you go. Letting you catch up at the first dialogue so we can get back into sync.
Yeah.
Though I can wish for better faces to look at while doing this.
I'd rather Xenos didn't think so highly of me.
Ditto.
Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
We can work on that part.
No, 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 no!
How fare the tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
Should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
Right.
One battle at a time. We'll get there.
Yes.
That
Agreed.
we will.
Moon's haunted.
Moon is totally haunted. Yeah.
And there are the credits.
Yep. All the credits.
So, am I maining Gunbreaker for the next expansion so that I have the firepower to deal with the Haunted Moon?
Talk to Thayrin about it. He might have some tips.
So might Action the Grey. Yeah, poor Action. His current joke right now is he's entirely head to toe in gray. Because apparently the local raid community has decided that he's too gray parsing and therefore should be given the nickname the Gray because his parses are so low. It's like, and he's like, well, yeah, so what? I'm not dying all the time. I'm usually up when everyone else isn't, so I'm Action the Grey. Deal with it.
Sounds like Action.
It is so Action.
The only thing is I miss his previous outfit because, well, there's my Christmas present.
Yeah, well.
He took to that thing far better than I thought he would.
Of which, a little side thing I should probably mention in the video that I want to compile now that I've gotten through 5.5, so I have all the pieces of information of what I want to do. There's another plot thread we haven't seen hide nor hair of, and I'm kind of a little worried about it. The same time Y'shtola lost her eyes, and because of all the things that happened with Thayrin, not only can he not use Aether, and he can't channel it, but he's also susceptible to tempering.
Yes.
And they haven't done anything with that yet, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be a bomb that's going to drop at some point.
Okay. Another piece of music you like?
Oh god, I love this version of the song. Yeah, I know right now there's a lot of the community who's all hissy and pissy that certain things were cut and certain things were delayed. And I'm like, this is Square Enix's sandbox. I am happy they allow me to play here, and the fact that they are continuing to work on the game for Endwalkers and beyond, I'm happy to get any content at all. Why can't people be happy? I mean, I really do feel like in Shadowbringers, they kind of bit off more than they could chew. And then COVID came along.
What a steak.
Oh yeah, the steak is awesome. The steak is like Michelin 4-star steak.
I know I've seen the original of the cartoon and I can't remember what it's for, but I think it's over on Salt House where there's a redone of a older cartoon with basically the Shadowbringers login screen over one of the guys, and it's just the Grim Reaper coming up to it and say, "Time to go." Just was I a good expansion?
Oh yes, I've seen that one.
Yeah. No, I'm told you were the best. Trying to remember where this song's from. I remember it coming up. Okay. Let's see.
I'm just happy to play in their sandbox. And the fact that they are committed and have stated several times not just to finish the entire saga that will end with Endwalkers,
Yeah.
But to actually set up the engine and story and everything else going into the future for several more years.
Yeah.
And I am reminded that a lot of other MMOs I have played.
It's Sunrise.
Yes, it's Sunrise in Yolmore.
For those of you in the audience who don't know, they have songs for basically each city zone, or each zone in general, and there's a night song and a day song, and when the transition happens at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. world time, the song changes, and, sometimes it kind of goes by and you don't notice so much. Yulmore, the song comes up, and that opening fanfare, you're aware, yes, it is 6 a.m. World time.
What I was going to say, I've noticed a lot of other MMOs, they get to a certain point, and then it's like they hadn't figured out what they were going to do next. So they don't have a next. So what they do is they concentrate on some minor basic thing that helps improve the gameplay a little, and they keep on top of bugs, and then they slowly let it die. And it's a shame because they don't have this vision for the future of where it could go. They either make it up as they go along, or they give up and go on to the next thing. And
well, some of it is we were talking like last night, is, of course, part of the problem is the way MMOs work is you need to have a continual stream of content. It doesn't necessarily need to be a lot, but you need to have content and it needs to keep coming out. And most of them haven't really realized that. That is something that the genre has been kind of slow to figure out. This is what's making it work. And like Star Wars The Old Republic, their problem was they didn't have a clue of that. And they basically just dusted off whatever script they'd started assembling for Knights of the Old Republic 3, did that, and then had no idea where they were going from there.
They have gone from there, but from what I understand, it's very patchwork.
And it took a while to happen because, they released and didn't have any immediate plans of, and this is what we're doing. They basically said we did Knights of the Old Republic 3. That's it. That's enough, right? There's Koji.
Koji gets credit in a lot of things. I was actually surprised when his name popped up as a major contributor to Nier Automata.
Yeah.
So... yeah, unfortunately, well, actually, we technically do have a Stargate. It's in the middle of the Crystal Tower on the 1st. And I'm trying desperately not to drop some hints or spoilers of things I've seen that are going to be coming in.
Thank you.
We're going to effectively let these credits go until the images stop. And then we'll jump ahead because there's going to be a tag.
Yeah. Eventually, partway through, the images will stop and say, okay, that's enough of that.
But these are all the major players who actually worked hard and busted their buns over the past probably 3-4 years. We only get to see 2 years of that cycle, but they've been busting their buns before that to make this happen. Because a game like this, everything is in the docket and in the pipeline years before we ever see it. Before they even mention it. And even then, I believe this last round, they actually had to farm out to a few extra studios just to get some of the animation and models processed.
Right. By the way, have they said anything on 16 yet?
Not yet. Everyone is predicting we'll have some more information right around E3.
Which is when?
I'm not sure. It is up in the air. It's either going to be E3 or the big Tokyo Game Show.
Which would be very likely.
Yeah. There is also rumors of a PS5 exclusive FF side project that is supposed to be Dark Souls-like.
Oh dear. Okay, they can keep it then.
It is being done by a different studio. It's not one of the main FF titles that they're doing in-house.
Yeah, it'll be a spin-off thing like, Crystal Chronicles and the like.
Right. The other
another game that is destined to never have its music show up at Distant World either.
Also, I will be honest, I'm kind of glad, but am still very disappointed that, as far as I could tell, they decided to kill off FF11R. Well, it was being done by Nexus Studios as a mobile title that, because it was done in Unreal 4, would also be able to be translated to desktop and to consoles.
Yep.
And the initial screenshots they released was looking good, but this is also Nexon we're talking about. They have good ideas, and then they run them into the ground for a quick cash grabs.
Yeah, which is, of course, not what Square is looking for at the moment, especially considering that 11 has been a nice long-term title for them.
Yeah. Until 14
You're
came
going
along...
to want to continue doing it as a long-term thing, I would think.
Yeah. And the thing is that until recently, they finally got a new story update. It had been in effectively life support mode and was still considered the best-selling title of the entire FF franchise.
Yeah. I will say again, though, I really wish they'd do something about some form of, just modestly updated re-engined FF5 and 6. Those are the only ones that have never come off of their original version at all, other than ports. Which means, among other things, they're suffering on a SNES engine and MIDI.
Yeah.
And 6 especially deserves more.
Yeah, 6 was actually pretty dang good. A lot of people cry over 7, and it does definitely deserve the attention. I've played both. But do not discount 6. It is pretty much the best of the classic FF non-real-time Twitch mode games.
And the main reason why those two weren't done, at one point they were basically re-engineering all of them into this kind of simplified 3D engine with slightly better MIDI quality and everything. And it was all originally done for the WonderSwan, and then immediately translated over to GBA or DS. And they didn't do 5 and 6 because they were too big for the WonderSwan.
Right.
Everything up through 4 they could do on it. So those got done. And they've never gone back and done the other two, those last two, for anything else.
Yeah, as far as...
Many of them deserve it at 6.
Yeah. as far as working on the buns is concerned on the side, I've got a funny feeling, one, the male and female versions of the Vera and Hrothgar were originally on the docket and ended up getting cut because
Interesting shot.
they bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah.
And they were able to roll that as assets to 6.0 for budgeting reasons. But I've also got a funny feeling because of them, we might actually see some male Vera and female Hrothgar NPCs.
Right.
I would also not be surprised, considering the work involved, and the fact that this particular engine is a complete homebrew, that they wouldn't feel comfortable working on things like hats and hairstyles until both the male and female versions were done.
Yeah.
While they technically could do it ahead of time, it's actually less work in the long run to wait.
Yep. Well, it looks like it's that time.
Yes! We shall hit the skip button. Sorry, Mr. Sales Analysis and Senior Business
Yes.
Analysis Digital Sales.
And senior sales analysts and business analysts, yeah.
You do good work, but yeah, we want to see the tag.
And we're gonna leave watching the credits to, people whose families are there, and okay. Hello, Merrick. Welcome to our humble little...
And it's like everyone's here. Yushtola? I will recommend that the Alliance keep a close watch over Cartano. The Telafari may have failed in their attempt to destroy the confluence this time, but there's not to stop them trying again. Nagrid?
It was decent of Lord Emeric to bear us home aboard his airship. The gods only know how we would have squeezed this many people onto the Bonanza.
Yeah, it is kind of a small airship. Alisei? The temper that we were able to treat will be taken to the city-states for observation. As soon as the Alliance is satisfied they're fully recovered, they will be free to return home. Alphino?
At the close of the battle, when the clouds parted and the moon shone down on us all, I cannot well express how I felt. Somehow it seemed more a beginning than an ending.
Estinian?
Many though the enemy were, their numbers consisted largely of tempered beastmen, with a few lunar primals to keep things interesting. The Garlanes themselves ventured little and lost less. It has ever been the Empire's way to have others fight their battles, but even they would blush at the Telafroi's use of tempered slaves.
Alright, Anjay?
The Cartano Flats seem fated to play a prominent role in the history of the realm, do they not? I wonder, might the abundance of aether that floweth through the region have led the Allagans to entomb Omega there?
Very possibly.
Might have been how they powered it.
Mm-hmm. Graha?
Crystal fanboy?
Crystal fanboy!
Throughout the battle, I could not shake the feeling that all present were performing for the amusement of Fandaniel. Nor did his blithe reaction to his latest defeat give me cause to think otherwise. I can only conclude that such failures are of little consequence to his broader scheme, whatever that it may be. And checking...
checking with the female.
Yep, no one in the back, so it's just a female. And Tataru.
Lately, the Rising Stones has been a hub of activity. Between combating lunar primals and forging good relationship with our new allies, even our newer members have barely a moment's peace. Tataru? You should have seen my face when Lord Emeric turned up on our doorstep. Did none of you think to send word he was bringing you home?
Yes, we did not think. Kinda busy. Watching credits.
Sir Merrick.
I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emeric. May I say how much I appreciated your hospitality you afforded us on the way? Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave.
Oh yeah.
You did this purely to buttonhole old Listinian. It would seem you finally found a place to settle down.
Oh.
I merely grew weary of wandering the Far East. Sundari Lancer.
Both apply.
Returning to more serious matters, while the Telephroi have been driven from Cartano, 'tis like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telephroi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers.
A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too is the threat of the lunar primals. And given our experience in the field of aetherology, we are better qualified to find the solution.
That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There's a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wanted to hide only where enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you cover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess, I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telephroi plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telephroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of the chaos will come for us. For you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities. The final days themselves.
Yes, all right, Ralphino. We need a plan, not potence. As Thayrin so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not least...
Rylea. According to Kryl, the Forum have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telephroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear. The Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortunal's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for answers as we seek on the matter of the towers. Rylea hath ever been the wellspring of aetherological knowledge. I care not where we go, Here or there, my lance will be ready. And what of you, Rylea? Thayrin? Taylyn? Might you be persuaded to join us?
That last one does not apply.
Plot a course,
Of course for
Charlian.
Charlian.
Here, here. It is time we laid bare the Telephore's dark designs.
It appears we are all in agreement. We have but to wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a small matter I would investigate.
Does it involve tall structures?
By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. Really, what is she off going to be, And we get an emote.
Yes, we get the librarian emote.
Shh.
Not over yet.
Never.
There's always a tag.
Meanwhile, in the
The
Rylea
plan's a
capital.
doozy.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's had a clothing upgrade.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano
She
came to a
does.
rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
Oh dear. Spiky.
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
He is cray-cray.
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
They're all cray-cray.
Yeah, well.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically. Far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
The towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Oh god. I think I have an idea what's going on. Oh, by the 12, I hope I am wrong.
Hear me. Hear me.
Usually aren't.
Darkness comes. And with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
That was a Vought.
Everything all right back there?
A Vought?
The one who became the heart of Heidelin.
Yeah, I was wondering. Because that was the final image in the credits. Solemn dawn, grim purpose shines and gazes something. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide. Dang it. Too fast.
Yeah, their text goes by too fast. So,
Under the darkened moon.
do we get a title?
Probably.
Yes, you do.
Dawn Treader. That makes sense. So, do you want to hear my current nutball theory?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Fandaniel is trying for effectively another calamity.
Yes.
Except the source is going to be sucked into something else.
Possible.
Ooh. Interesting.
It's effectively a calamity in reverse.
Yes. Well,
Ariane J?
Here's a thought, though it doesn't go with his parent MO and everything. Well, in general, the general ASEAN plan is to rejoin everything. And of course, that can't work.
Not with the 13th missing.
Exactly. So, do a reverse calamity to try and reach the 13th, so it is then capable of being rejoined?
possible, but I don't think that's quite it, especially with some
Yeah.
of the side stories we've been getting.
Yeah.
You'll have a good night, dear. We shall be ending this soon.
Oh, yes.
Night, Baron.
But we're like right at the last bit of wrap up.
This is basically the last bit of wrap up.
Ariane?
Much and more have we discovered of the Telaphorais machinations since Thancred and I did return from Garlemald. Verily, their troops doth appear to have been tempered in much the same manner as those engaged in the construction of the towering edifice in the capital.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious. Thancred?
When Arnvald tried to free the Amalja held in the tower, it triggered some sort of alarm, and the captives were killed instantly. As such, we have no choice but to leave them in the clutches of the Telaphorai until a means of rescuing them has been found. In the meantime, the summonings of lunar primals will continue. Just as we must rely on the Grand Company of Eordia to put down such entities and prevent any further abductions, so too do they rely on us to come through with our investigation.
Tataru? I have a feeling the journey to Charlene is going to be quite a test of your nerves, in more ways than one. You'll miss the place while you're away. I just know it. But for now, the best thing you can do is get plenty of rest while we wait here for Cryle.
Trust me, I missed this place while we were on the first.
Alphino?
I've received word that Arnvald is back at the frontistry. As much as I would like to visit him, I shall wait until there is good news to share. The last time we met, it was strange that he should be the one trying to cheer me up, in spite of everything that has befallen him. Still, I was glad for the chance to meet with him, and his words continue to be a source of encouragement.
Okay, Mr. Wallflower.
After the end of the Dragonsong War, I spent many a moon roaming Kugane, Razdat-Han, even Garlemald, but never Charlene. In all honesty, a nation populated entirely by bookish types like Alphino is not a place that appeals to me. You don't say.
Crystal Grandpa?
No. Crystal fanboy.
Thank you, Foxfire. The summonings will
Yes.
continue until morale improves.
Not only do the members of the Forum intend to adhere to their long-standing policy of non-intervention, they made a point of sending Master of Fortune out here to explicitly state that fact. Rather than simply refusing to involve themselves in our affairs, it would appear they are actively trying to prevent us from meddling in theirs. That does, of course, make Kryle's mission of securing our entry into Shirley and Nyon impossible, but I'm confident she will find a way regardless.
Checking with the female.
Mm-hmm.
I've conveyed Lord Emeric's wishes to Coulternay and the others. For the present, their roles will be to facilitate communications between our allies and gather information on our enemies.
Ishtola?
Those who were brought in within close proximity to the towers are tempered into serving Garlemald, then forced to summon lunar primals with aether drawn from the land. But even having understood this, we have yet to touch what the Telaphorai wish to achieve by all this. Are the powers purely for strategic advantage, or do they serve some other purpose? LSA? Wherever my father and the Forum are hiding, I'm determined to get to the bottom of it. Yep, that's LSA. And that looks to
the
be...
best way to make them make her stubborn about something is tell her no.
Yeah.
Kinda wonder if that's the point.
There is that. We shall see.
Yes. Well, I'm going to sit here and have a mug of tea.
Okay, all. Thank you very much for joining us. Sorry we ran a little late, but there was a lot to unpack here.
Oh boy.
We will be back on Friday, probably to do the last little bit of the Nier raid, which has story involved. Or we can start in the new Save the Queen campaign, which takes us into a new battlefield.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. You all have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Get a good night's sleep and hope to see you Friday starting at 10 p.m.
Yes. Great having you
Good
all
night,
along for
everyone.
this.